by the Arizona Department of Forestry and Fire Management and the Central Arizona Wildland Response Team. So what exactly is this training, Colton?
Yeah, so this training was out at Lake Pleasant. There's about 100 firefighters that came from all over the state, local department, basically all over the place, who need an annual refresher. Basically, it's a way for them to get recertified and then also practice on things that they might not normally get a chance to, because the people who are responding to these wildfires, they're not just wildland firefighters full-time. They're also coming from the structure side of things. They're normally city firefighters. And then when something big, like a big wildfire happens, they get called upon to respond. So these aren't things that they're always getting a chance to practice. So this is a really good chance for them to do so. And I spoke with Brady Casson with the Peoria Fire and Medical Department, who says this is something that's getting increasingly important here.
It's no secret that every year in the valley, it's very hot and very dry. And so we want to be prepared as the valley continues to expand and grow and people move out, farther into the desert. We start to run into that wildland urban interface, or WUI, which is wildland fires with structure involvement. And so that's something that all of the valley departments are adding to their training registries and are working on developing their skills and responses at, because it's something that continues to grow in the valley and something that's not going away.
So give us a little bit of a behind the scenes look. What was it like and what were some of the skills that they got to practice?
Yeah, so there were multiple stations set up. So they divided all these firefighters into different groups and they went to different stations to practice some of these key skills. So one of them was deploying their emergency shelters very quickly, those like little caterpillar bags that you see, where if a fire's getting too close, the wind shifts, they have to immediately deploy those. So they had a timed station with that. They also got to practice water pumping. There was some classroom instruction. There was also this sandbox tabletop exercise they got to participate in, where like incident commanders could literally say, okay, if a fire is coming from this direction, where are we going to station the trucks? Where are we going to station different personnel? Where are we going to cut the line? So really hands-on, just prepping for everything that could happen during a wildfire.
I have a good friend who is in North Valley department, and they have a ton of this interaction between the deserts and developments, and he hates brush fires worse than anything. Like it's so taxing fighting these fires.
And one of the things they told me that I didn't know is the specific wildland firefighters, they're not able to touch structures. So in those cases where
so it can go one way but not the other.
Right. So like in those cases where there is a wildfire that goes up into an actual structure, the wildland firefighters can only prep that area. They actually have to have a structure firefighter, somebody who's certified on that, come out to actually battle the structure firefighter or the fire. So it's really important that there's this dual, expertise here as well.
Wow.
So anybody else come out to the training or anything else that you took away from this that was interesting?
Yeah, actually really cool. I got to speak with one of the students at Sunrise Mountain High School. They have a fire program, and they were actually able to go out there too. And it's just kind of like a pathway, give them a little bit of hands-on experience, see if it's something they want to do. They were able to kind of shadow these firefighters around. They were right in there with it. They were cutting line. They were taking part in all these drills too. So it's also kind of a way for them to show out, and people who might eventually hire them too. So it's almost like a little tryout.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, the future heroes,
Right,
if you will.
exactly.
That's cool. And then what are they saying about the danger of wildfire this year? It's going to be high. I've heard some people who are experts on this say, really, there isn't a wildfire season. We just have a year-round wildfire season these
Right.
days.
Well, I mean, I know we just had a really dry winter. So I think everybody is kind of on high alert for that. Obviously, they always take the most pessimistic view they can because they want to prepare for the absolute worst case scenario. But yeah, it's been a really, really dry winter. So I think everybody's on high alert.
Well, and you look at what happened in Los Angeles, some highly populated areas just went absolutely up in smoke. And, you have to realize that can happen here. It can happen anywhere you have that kind of fire danger, and we have it.
Yeah, especially with that interface that we talk about so often.
Yeah.
Between the deserts and housing.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's Morning News and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.